Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University School of Computer and Information Sciences, SOCIS, Certificate in Mobile Application Development, CMAD, BCS 091 Introduction to Mobile Architecture, Block 3 Mobile Hardware, Unit 10 Sensors, 10.0 Introduction. In our everyday life, we see many articles, for example, touch sensitive, elevator and lights which diminish or light up by touching the base, other than various uses of which the vast majority are never aware. With fast improvement in the field of smaller scale hardware and simple to utilize microcontrollers, the employments of sensors have extended beyond the traditional fields of temperature, pressure, or flow estimation. Moreover, analog sensors, like potentiometers and force sensing resistors, are still usually utilized. You may utilize sensors in assembling an apparatus, planes and aviation, autos, medicine, robotics, and numerous aspects of our everyday life. A sensor is a device, module, or subsystem whose purpose is to detect events or changes in its environment and send the information to other electronics, frequently a computer processor. A sensor is always used with other electronics, whether as simple as a light or as complex as a computer. A sensor is constantly utilized with different electronic gadgets, regardless of whether as basic as a light or as complex as a PC. To the extent specialized meaning of sensor is considered, sensors are refined gadgets that are every now and again used to recognize and react to electrical or optical signs. Let's consider the case of temperature. In the glass thermometer, mercury extends and gets the fluid to change over the deliberate temperature, which can be perused by a viewer on the adjusted glass tube. At the end of the day, a sensor is a gadget that identifies and reacts to some sort of contribution from the physical condition. Figure 10.1 shows working of touch screen of a mobile device. Figure 10.1. Working of a touch screen of a mobile device. Look at the screen. 10.1 Objectives. After studying this unit, you should be able to know about gyroscope, times accelerometer, times compass, times proximity sensor. 10.2 Gyroscope. A gyroscope is a device used for measuring or maintaining orientation and angular velocity. It's a device which is used to determine orientation with the help of Earth's gravity. The design of gyroscope comes up with a freely rotating disc known as a rotor, mounted onto a spinning axis in the center of a larger and extra balanced wheel. As the axis turns, the rotor remains stationary to imply the central gravitational pull, and thus which direction is down. The degree of strength of the gyroscope can be maintained by measuring its rate of rotation round a particular axis. When estimating the rate of revolution around the roll axis of an aircraft, it places an actual value until the object stabilizes out. Applying the central principles of angular momentum, the gyroscope helps indicate orientation. Applications of gyroscopes include the inertial route systems where attractive compasses would not act consistently in the Hubble telescope, or inside the steel structure of a submerged submarine, or would not be adequately right. Because of their accuracy, gyroscopes are likewise utilized as a part of gyrotheodolites to maintain direction in tunnel unearthing. Gyroscope can be utilized to develop gyrocompasses, which supplement or supplant magnetic compasses in boats, flying machine and shuttle vehicles by and large, to aid stability, Hubble Space Telescope, bikes, motorcycles, and ships, or be utilized as a major aspect of an inertial navigation system. A gyroscope would be applied in an aircraft to assist in indicating the rate of revolution about the aircraft roll axis. As an aircraft rolls, the gyroscope will measure non-zero values until the platform leaves out, whereupon it would record a null value to designate the direction of down. The best example of reading a gyroscope is that of the attitude indicator on typical aircrafts. It is typified by a circular display with the screen divided in half, the top half being blue in color to indicate sky, and the bottom being red to indicate ground. As an aircraft banks for a spell, the orientation of the display will transfer with the bank to account for the actual direction of the Earth. Figure 10.2 shows gyroscope. Look at the screen. A gyroscope sensor has the following basic specifications: times measurement scale, times sensing axis, times nonlinearity, times operating temperature scale, times shock sustainability, times transmission speed, times noise measurement, times bias drift, times bias instability. Table 10.1 describes various specifications of a gyroscope. Specification description: measurement scale. This parameter decides the greatest angular speed with which the sensor can quantify and is typically in degrees per second, sec. Dot. Sensing axis gyroscopes are available that measure angular rotation in 1, 2, or 3 axes. Multi-axis detecting gyros have various single-axis gyros arranged orthogonal to each other. Vibrating plan gyroscopes are usually single-axis gyros or double-axis gyros, and revolving and visual gyroscope systems usually measure rotation in 3 axes. Nonlinearity gyroscopes deliver a voltage which is equal to the detected angular rate. Nonlinearity is a bar of how near to linear the outputted voltage is in respect to the real angular rate. By not considering the nonlinearity of a gyro, estimation can bring about some mistake. Estimation of nonlinearity is figured as a rate error from a linear fit over the full-scale extent, or a mistake in parts per million. Operating temperature scale: the greater part of the gadgets works just in some scope of temperatures. Working temperatures for gyroscopes are very substantial. Their working temperatures go from generally 40 C to any place between 70 and 200 C and have a tendency to be quite linear with temperature. Numerous gyros are accessible with a locally available temperature sensor, and afterward one doesn't have to stress over temperature-related adjustment issues. Shock sustainability: in frameworks where both linear acceleration and angular rotation rate are measured, it is vital to perceive how much force the gyroscope can withstand before breaking. Luckily, gyroscopes are extremely rich and can hold up a big container over a short span without seizing. This is normally measured in gs. 1 g is equal to Earth's acceleration because of gravity, and at times the fourth dimension with which the most extreme g-force can be given before the unit fails is likewise displayed. Transmission speed: the data transfer capacity of a gyroscope regularly measures what number of measurements can be drawn every second. Hence, the gyroscope transmission capacity is typically cited in Hertz. Angle random walk: ARW, is a noise determination in units of Deg HR1 to that is specifically appropriate to angle computations. ARW depicts the normal deviation or mistake that will happen when you incorporate the signal. The random walk is utilized as a part of statistics to portray a circumstance where the output of a system is driven by arbitrary, uncorrelated steps. Bias: at the point when there is no rotation, the bias or bias error of a rate gyro is the signal output from the gyro. Even the absolute best gyros in the world have mistake sources, and bias is one of these wrongdoings. Bias can be appeared as a voltage or a percent of full-scale output, yet basically it speaks to a rotational speed in degrees every second. Once more, in a perfect universe, one could make allowance for a fixed bias error. Unfortunately, a bias error has a tendency to differ both with temperature and over time. The bias error of a gyro is because of various parts, times calibration blunders, times switch on to switch on, times bias drift, times effects of shock, G-level. Single estimations of bias are excessively influenced by noise, which is the reason an important bias measurements is always an averaged series of measurements. Bias drift this alludes particularly to the change of the bias after some time, acquiring every single other segment stay constant. Fundamentally, this is a warm-up impact prompted by the self-heating of the gyroscope and its related mechanical and electrical parts. This force would be required to be more dominating over the initial few moments after change on and to be nearly non-existent after, say, 5 minutes. Bias instability. Bias instability is a simple paradigm of the goodness of a gyroscope. It is indicated as the base point on the Allen variance curve, typically measured in degree HR. It outlines the best bias security which could be achieved for a given gyroscope, expecting that bias averaging executes in the period recognized as the Allen variance least 9. 10.3 Accelerometer. An accelerometer is a device that measures proper acceleration. It's used to quantify the best possible acceleration, which is not like coordinate acceleration. For example, an accelerometer at rest on the airfall of the Earth will measure acceleration because of Earth's gravity, straight upwards, by definition, of g 9.81 ms2. By complexity, accelerometers in free fall, going down toward the core of the world at a rate of roughly 9.81 ms2, will measure 0. Accelerometers have different applications in industry and scientific discipline. Exceedingly delicate accelerometers are parts of inertial route navigation systems for aircraft and rockets. Likewise, they are utilized to oversee screen vibration in rotating apparatus. Accelerometers are utilized as a part of tablet PCs and digital cameras so that pictures on screens are constantly shown upright. Accelerometers are utilized in drones for flight adjustment. Coordinated accelerometers can be utilized to measure differences in appropriate acceleration, especially gravity, over their partition in space, i.e., gradient of the gravitational field. This gravity gradiometry is valuable since supreme gravity is a weak impact and relies upon local density of the Earth, which is quite variable. Single and multi-axis models of accelerometer are accessible to recognize magnitude and direction of the proper acceleration as a vector amount and can be utilized to detect orientation, since direction of weight changes, organize acceleration, vibration, shock, and falling in a resistive medium, a situation where the best possible acceleration changes, since it begins at 0, then increments. Small-scale machined accelerometers are progressively present in convenient electronic gadgets and computer game controllers to recognize the position of the gadget or accommodate game input types of accelerometer. There are few unique standards whereupon an analog accelerometer can be constructed. Two exceptionally common types use capacitive sensing and the piezoelectric effect to detect the displacement of the evidence mass relative to the applied acceleration. Table 10.2 explains them in detail. Table 10.2, Capacitive and Piezoelectric Accelerometer. Capacitive accelerometers that execute capacitive sensing output a voltage subject to the distance between two planar surfaces. Either of these plates is charged with an electrical current. Changing the gap between the plates changes the electrical limit of the system, which can be measured as a voltage output. This strategy for detecting is known for its high precision and stability. Capacitive accelerometers are additionally less prone to noise than variation with temperature, normally disseminates less power, and can have larger transfer speeds because of inner feedback circuitry. Piezoelectric detecting of acceleration is normal, as acceleration is straightforwardly corresponding to force. At the point when certain sorts of crystal are compressed, charges of inverse polarity accumulate on inverse sides of the crystal. This is known as the piezoelectric effect. In a piezoelectric accelerometer, charge aggregates on the crystal and is translated and amplified into either an output current or voltage. Piezoelectric accelerometers just react to AC phenomenon, for example, vibration or shock. They have a wide powerful range, however can be costly relying upon their quality. Piezofilm-based accelerometers are best used to measure AC phenomenon, for example, vibration or shock, as opposed to DC phenomenon, for example, the acceleration of gravity. They are cheap and react to other phenomenon, for example, temperature, sound, and pressure. Table 10.3 describes accelerometers that are less used in audio applications. Piezoresistive accelerometers, otherwise called strain gauge accelerometers, work by measuring the electrical resistance of a material when mechanical anxiety is connected. They are favored in high shock applications and they can measure acceleration down to 0 Hz. Be that as it may, they have a constrained, high-frequency reaction. Hall effect corridor impact accelerometers work by measuring the voltage varieties brought about by the change in magnetic field around them. Heat transfer warm move accelerometers comprise in a solitary heat source focused in a substrate and suspended across cavity. They incorporate similarly separated thermosistors on the foreside of the heat source. They measure the inward changes in heat because of acceleration. At the point when there is zero acceleration, the heat gradient will be symmetrical. Otherwise, under acceleration, the heat gradient will become asymmetrical because of convection heat exchange. The following are other types of accelerometer: null balance, servo force balance, strain gauge, resonance, optical, surface acoustic wave. So, 10.3.1 specifications of an accelerometer. A typical accelerometer has the following basic specifications: analog digital, number of axes, output range, maximum swing, sensitivity, voltage output per G, dynamic range, bandwidth, amplitude stability, mass. Analog and digital accelerometers. The most essential detail of an accelerometer for a given application is its kind of output. Analog accelerometers output a constant factor variable relying upon the measure of acceleration applied. Earlier digital accelerometers output a variable frequency, square wave, a technique known as pulse width modulation. A pulse width modulated accelerometer takes readings at a fixed rate, regularly 1000 Hz. However, this might be user configurable in light of the IC selected. The value of the acceleration is corresponding to the pulse width or obligation cycle of the PWM signal. Newer digital accelerometers will probably output their value utilizing multi-wire digital protocols, for example, I2C or SPI, for use with ADCs generally utilized for music collaboration systems. Analog accelerometers are typically preferred. Number of axis accelerometers are accessible that measure in 3 dimensions. The most well-known kind of accelerometer measures across 2 axes. However, 3-axis accelerometers are progressively normal and economical. Output range to quantify the acceleration of gravity for use as a tilt sensor, and output scope of plus or minus 1.5 G is adequate for use as an effect sensor. A standout amongst the most widely recognized melodic applications, plus or minus 5 G or more, is desired sensitivity, a marker of the measure of progress in output signal for a given change in acceleration. A sensitive accelerometer will be more exact and most likely more precise. Dynamic range: the range between the smallest acceleration is discoverable by the accelerometer to the largest before distorting or clipping the output signal. Bandwidth: the data transmission rate of a sensor is typically measured in Hertz and demonstrates the capacity of the near-unity frequency reaction of the sensor. or how frequently a reliable reading can be taken. People can't make body movement much beyond the scope of 10 to 12 Hz. Thus, a data transmission of 40 to 60 Hz is sufficient for tilt or human movement detecting. For vibration, estimation or exact reading of impact forces, transmission capacity ought to be in the scope of hundreds of Hz. It ought to likewise be noticed that for some older microcontrollers, the data transmission rate of an accelerometer may extend beyond the Nyquist frequency of the AD converters on the MCU, so, for higher transmission rate sensing, the advanced signal might be associated. This can be resolved with simple passive low-pass filtering before sampling, or by basically picking a superior microcontroller. It is important that the data transmission rate or bandwidth may change by the way the accelerometer is mounted. A stiffer mounting will support to maintain a higher usable frequency range, and the inverse will diminish it. The mass of the accelerometer ought to be fundamentally smaller than the mass of the system to be observed, with the goal that it doesn't change the characteristic of the object being tested. The following are some of the other details associated with accelerometer times 0G balance, voltage output at 0G, times noise, sensor least resolution, times temperature scale, times bias drift. With temperature, impact of temperature on voltage output at 0G, times sensitivity drift with temperature, impact of temperature on voltage output per G, times power utilization. 10.3.2 output of an accelerometer. An accelerometer output value is a scalar relating to the magnitude of the acceleration vector. The most widely recognized acceleration, and one that we are always presented to, is the acceleration that is a consequence of the Earth's gravitational pull. This is a typical reference value from which every single other accelerations are measured, known as g, which is tilde 9.8 ms2. Digital output accelerometers with PWM output can be utilized as a part of two diverse ways. For most exact outcomes, the PWM signal can be input directly to a microcontroller where the obligation cycle is perused in firmware and converted into a scaled acceleration value. Check with the datasheet to acquire the scaling component and required output impedance. When a microcontroller with PWM information is not accessible, or when different methods for digitizing the signal are being utilized, a simple RC reconstruction channel can be utilized to get an analog voltage proportional to the acceleration. At rest, half obligation cycle, the output voltage will show no acceleration. Higher voltage values, coming about because of a higher obligation cycle, will show positive acceleration, and lower values,